Not for a long time for a WSL event. I guess over the last year or so, and especially with the first two events, the surf conditions have been challenging, and it's been probably very hard for the organisers to pick the right days.
Surf fan eyes across the world tune in to Snapper Rocks on the Gold Coast, and for good reason. It is absolutely pumping here at the Bonsoy Gold Coast Pro, presented by GWM. We're into live action. Lobby getting tubed behind the rock. There's that silky smooth carve that we've grown to love from Liam O'Brien here. Into a second tube through Little Marley. This is quite the way to start a heat here from Liam O'Brien. Let's see what he can do through this inside track. He has been surfing this wave for so long now. Getting low, pushing through another carve again. This wave is going to keep on going. The sandbank, the super bank, has been providing for the last 3 days of competition, and it is not stopping now.
Gold Coast Pro put on an incredible performance when we were up at Burleigh, and he's like kicked it off again here, you know, this afternoon at Snapper. This was an incredibly deep tube. Absolutely comes flying out of that with so much speed. Beautiful demonstration of the rail work that Lobby has to offer, and really a lot of flair as well. I really can't ask for much more. A double barrel. It's like seeing a double rainbow. It's really, really beautiful. And then he gets works it through to the inside here, and, does get a little finish and a couple of other manoeuvres done. I really honestly think, coming into this heat, obviously, we've got George, who won in Margies, and he took down, it was his first event win.
Lobby, looks like he might be having a look at that one. Not super interested, but yeah, if you're not careful, those lobby heads, they follow you everywhere. They were absolutely just jam-packed on the beach. Here we go, GP, our Margs River champion, kicking off his campaign here at Snapper Rocks. Really nice first turn into a carve here. This wave has a good bowl through this section. Drifting up on that tail there. He's on an old faithful board. He surfed this one over at Winky Pop in a really exceptional heat against Miggy Pupo, where he went down at. Trying to find that same form here. Can see he's staying really lively on his rail. George just having a quick look out the back. Feeling like he's not super convinced with this inside section here. He's just going to sit on the foam. There's a weird little ridge in the bottom of the wave there. He's done really well to navigate it.
I think if it was the 1980s when length of ride was popular, he would have scored a 10 then, possibly even 11.
And then flick this wave of George.
Oh, look, it was great out the back. There were moments of brilliance there. Obviously, it just didn't down the line. You could see it kind of broke in two places here, and he took the low road, found it, but it didn't quite give him that same opportunity as what Liam's waves have had down the line. I think, look, the first few manoeuvres for him, that's where all the points are going to come from. It was just a little bit sleepy through the inside here. He kind of knows that. I feel like you can see like he's a little bit disinterested with his body language. But look, I still think he's on. From what I saw, the size of the wave.
Lobby out the back, just absolutely leaning over his rails here. Pushing hard again through another carve. Lays into it, giving us variety, giving something for the judges to really think about. This one is going to build through the inside. Another great turn here for Lobby. That's the first fumble we've seen to have. Just really starting to open up here. Liam O'Brien going absolutely turbo to what looks like he's at Greenmount at this point. Not sure if he's down at Kira. This wave has been going for so long.
Made it to the free surfers.
Yeah, guys, get out of the way. Lobby attacks it for yet another turn here. He's had two exceptionally long rides. Vorno, you with the Lobby crew. Start. We'll take through the repays. Let's go with Lobby's first. Emma, I'd love your breakdown of this wave.
Liam destroyed this wave. His wave selection has been so on point. Like, he's managed to find the waves with open face and wall where they grow as they go down the line. And there's no wobbles. Every turn is just perfectly placed. Power off the one. That was, I think, the only little mistake he made on this wave, but every other turn was just perfectly placed. It's like the criteria, speed, flow, power, it's all there.
From what I'm seeing from Liam O'Brien here, he's behind the rock in the tube. Can he find the exit? It looks like he's going to get swallowed here, unfortunately, for Liam O'Brien. George, now he gets priority. Combo.
Yeah, this is a tall order for GP right now. I mean, look, I just feel his surfing is on. Like, it's just his wave selection, really, that is the difference. I feel like what he's been able to do, he looks explosive out of the lip. He looks connected. Just these walls aren't, maintaining that height the whole way through. They're not really, essentially growing, as they go down the line. They're sort of diminishing in height. So, look, I don't think it's a matter of, his surfing's definitely there. He's definitely on. It's just, sort of a better way. But as we look to Liam and see what he got done. So this one just stretching out. And goes for the swooping carve there. Opts for the roundhouse. And he's out of there.
People riding twin fins, and it's also awesome to see people riding quads and thrusters and all sorts of equipment.
Lobby on a thruster, traditional looking shape nowadays, but he's got a lot more rocker in this board like we alluded to earlier. Trying to better a 633 here. This has got a really nice barrel section through Little Marley. Lobby tucks in, gets a good amount of coverage, finds the exit into a swooping roundhouse carve. Liam O'Brien just picking exceptional waves at this point here, Flick.
Yeah, well, Mark, we're talking about boards, but when you were winning world titles, there was this period in professional surfing that I feel was so fascinating, where in a competition you would have single fins, twin fins, and thrusters all at the same time. I guess we'll get back to that conversation because, we can get to that conversation right now. Tell us a little bit about that era. I find it so fascinating when the evolution of surfboards happening in lifetime in those years.
It's really hard, Flick. It's quite easy actually watching the broadcast and saying, why didn't someone catch this wave or that wave? But when you're in the water and you've actually got to make those decisions, and especially when you've got priority, sometimes I think priority can be a curse because you actually get overprotective and you protect the priority because you don't want to give it up and you let waves. I actually love George's speech, that on the ski and coming up the steps after Margaret River. It was just so raw, honest and passionate. It was really incredible. But, I know everyone gets on really well, but you just want to beat people so badly. And like the people that, I competed with, Sean and Rabbit and Dane Kealoha, Michael Ho, all those guys. The moment the siren went, it was just like you wanted to do everything in your power to ruin that guy's life for the day.
That is why you're a four-time world champion. Yeah. I absolutely love it. George, with second priority, he had first priority and went that replay that we just saw. It came in as a 337 here. So George still needs two waves here with 6 minutes to go, Flick. Obviously, they have the jet ski. It's sort of now or never. George felt like he was listening. Up and riding. Wow, really good first turn here. Would love this one to grow down the line for George, just to see him really start to open up here. Decided to dodge that section so he could open up on that one into a really nice third turn here. 3 clicks here, Flick, but 3 really big ones.
Yeah, so we see Lobby.
He's not done yet. Lobby biding his time, throws the fins on that first one. Comes around. This wave is going to bowl out in front of Liam O'Brien. Starts to go up again, pushes even harder with this cupped out wall ahead of him. He doesn't need to do more because he absolutely belted that wave the minute he was on it.
It just didn't really open up for him. And this wave that Liam is on now, it's stretched out his wall. Like that turn was insane. Straight into another big searing carve. And look at the way the wall is just opening up. Another amazing turn and another one. It's like he's just having a dream heat. Everything is actually going his way.
Wow. I mean, that was so impressive. I saw Lobby surf similar to this a couple of years. We see George just taking a small one down the line. But, yeah, I saw Lobby click into a gear like this in El Salvador a few years back. I think it's better than his 7. I think he's going to put even more pressure on GP right now.
Yeah, that Coastal Properties water cam just really showing us that he had so much technique. GP deep in the tube. That one, unfortunately, it's going to crumble him straight to the sandbank here at Snapper Rocks. It's exactly what he's got to do, though, here, Emma. He really needs to start finding those kind of big exclamation mark tubes is a way to do it here.
He's going to have already identified that. But, yeah, on the other hand, I mean, Liam O'Brien, he has not put a foot wrong in this heat. It's been incredible to watch.
It's cool to see just this crop of athletes just building. Ethan getting 17.5 total a couple of heats ago, so they're tying for the second highest. Obviously, Felipe with 18 points yesterday to his name in his opening round, in that round 2 performance. Emma, obviously we have a minute to go here. Lobby, he's got priority. He's sitting outside George, so essentially he can shut down any wave he wants. It's pretty clear that George, he's feeling frustrated here. We're actually going to stick with live action. He's going to come through this inside, click with that first section. It's just going to be the one. But obviously, like I mentioned, you've won on the Gold Coast twice here before. There's really great memories. Is there one in particular that stands out before we let you go out of the booth? Just such an incredible career, and it really has been a privilege to have you here in the booth. Lobby Flick, it feels like, you know, we speak about Burleigh last year and how good he was. This year, it feels like it's better than what we saw at Burleigh last year.
Lobby, every now and again, you catch fire in a heat. And then every now and again beyond that, you're just molten magma. That was a volcanic display of white hot shreddery, mate. How good did it feel to be doing that in front of everyone here at the beach? Pretty much a home crowd.
Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, that felt good. Every now and then you get like a little lucky heat where all the waves come your way and you don't fall off. I feel like it's a bit less common for me than some of the other dudes, so I'll take them when they come. But yeah, that was a sick fun heat. Just had that rhythm with the ocean, and didn't seem to matter where I sat, one had come. So yeah, you take them when you can get them.
Little bit of birthday fortunes there, mate. Birthday yesterday, happy birthday. But yeah, pretty awesome. Like everyone here, it's been such a supportive crowd of all the great surfing that we've seen. But you in particular have the coastal real estate lob heads down there. Everyone's come down from Burleigh. Can you hear the noise that they're making with each turn that you're doing?
Yeah, it's like you're a bit kind of subconscious, but you just get like little glimpses of noise. You're like, okay, that must have been all right. A bit of a cheer, but then again, everyone's just cheering for everything. So, oh no, it's so cool. Like it's the best feeling. It's the most nervous feeling ever when you're running out because you don't want to just bog in front of everyone. But it's also the coolest thing to have all your friends and family on the beach cheering you on. Yeah, it's so special. So I'm just lapping it up, relishing the chance, and trying to put on a show for everyone.
To catch this sort of momentum at this point in the competition must feel great. How have you reflected on the year so far?
Yeah, I mean, I barely even got on the tour to begin with, so I think last time I was on, I put a lot of pressure on myself and I had big expectations on myself. And I think this time around, it's not that I'm not setting goals and things like that. I'm just trying to take the pressure off the result a little bit more and just focus on trying to do all the things I can control well, like wave selection, surfing obviously, and then just preparation, things like that. And then if that's not quite ending up in the results I want, not getting too hard on myself. I think I got a bit bitter when I got knocked off and I was a bit like, damn, I'm like doing all this work and it doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. But I think that's just the nature of sport. Like you got to be prepared to do the work and still not get the results. Like that's what it is. You got to put the work in. That just all that gives is yourself a chance to get a result. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the headspace I'm at. I'm trying not to be entitled to results and just enjoying every opportunity to go out, learn, get better, and try and do my best surfing.
Love that, mate. Yeah, the flow state. It's often when you're in a mindless state as well. So congratulations. You are perfectly in rhythm in that one. Doing some of the best surfing we've seen, and more to come.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.